Welcome to SKTV News. You're watching Primetime English News with me, Suchitra Rajkumari. First, the headlines. Flood destroys medication worth over 15 crore rupees. MCDA Secretary urges public to avoid hoarding life-saving drugs amidst flood crisis. Aftermath of Cyclone Remal ravages state by floods. Victims seek shelter amid reports of inadequate assistance. Desam raises concern over alleged malpractices in Manipur University's PhD entrance examination. Unknown miscreants abducted 4 staffs of IIIT Mayankhang in Senapati district. With the rise in digital world, we extend our welcome and gratitude to our viewers for supporting the most trusted and first ever OTT platform, SKTV, in Manipur that can be watched globally. Now let's take a look at the news in a little bit more detail. Secretary of Manipur Chemist and Druggist Association MCDA, Thokchom Dijamani, has urged the public to refrain from purchasing and hoarding excessive life-saving drugs in light of recent flood-related losses amounting to about 15 crores rupees. The appeal was made during a press meet held at MCDA's office on the 3rd floor of Gambhir Singh Shopping Arcade today. The meeting was also attended by MCDA's President R.K. Rakesh. Dijamani highlighted that the incessant rainfall caused by Cyclone Remal resulted in breaches of Imphal River and Numbul River, leading to flooding in various areas of Imphal East and Imphal West districts, including Pauna Market and Thangal Market. The inundation of water has caused significant damage to numerous shops in these markets as well as along BT Road, Nagamapal and MG Avenue. As a result, flood items, stockists of life-saving drugs and pharmacies have incurred substantial losses, with approximately 90 to 95% of life-saving drugs worth about 15 crore rupees being damaged. Dijamani announced plans to request All India Organization of Chemists and Druggists AIOCD to provide some compensation for the losses incurred. Furthermore, he appealed to the state government to assist them in overcoming these losses. Additionally, Dijamani highlighted another challenge faced by the transportation of life-saving drugs, with vehicles stranded due to landslides at 4 locations along the Imphal-Dimapur road. Once these vehicles reach Imphal, the shortage of life-saving drugs is expected to elevate to some extent.
Singishawsina Marumuraga, Maruina, Imphal Yada Lariba, who medicine wholesaler of the retailers in the 90 to 95% who Hariba, Singishawsina, who among my peer. Aduna, approximately a who book Adum Dukanjing, Humba Honedri, Aduna. Haushe, Hitak Tumjang, Hita Singja, around Aquanisum Pazabata, my and the report of Bodas, Helikani, above 15 crore Hitakshe, Mangan Vegeta, damage Sangra, Yahuda Hidare. High Hidalang Taxia, company Kutimuna, Lui Halakatu, Hanbaya of Hitaxium Yawi. Tamjaning Budi, Shena, Hitaki, Wabaje, Hitang the Mayona, Paya, Adubu, Masi Hire and a patient zingna, Nataga, customers in Nataga, retailers in the Hong the Begina Traga, Hena, Lesson Bar, Nataga Hena, Tobutito Vigano. Government Haitegi, Hitang Yara, the compensation, Kara, PPP Yara, the Madu Data, the Picacharaga. 100% monetary government Haitegi, or Maryland, authority compensation, Karan Hanjin Biagadi. Especially market Yamna, Harojani, and Marisho, every market Yam Harojani.
In the aftermath of Cyclone Remal, incessant rainfall has wreaked havoc across the state, leading to devastating floods in numerous areas. While some locals have managed to resume normalcy, many continue to grapple with the lingering effects of the deluge. Displaced by the floods, victims find themselves seeking refuge along roadsides, makeshift tents as their only shelter. Reports of distress due to inadequate assistance are widespread. The SDRF and NDRF are actively involved in rescue and evacuation efforts to aid those affected by the floods. Chief reporter of SKTV brings you an exclusive report on the ongoing situation.
Market resumed at Koyambangatil after the flood waters receded, but several shops were observed cleaning off as they had been submerged during the flash flood triggered by incessant rainfall and the overflow of the Manipur and Imphal rivers. Although people began to move as usual along Kyathong Road as the water level subsided, certain areas such as the Manipur Press Club and the LIC building remain inundated. Additionally, a significant portion of the Kumal Lampak Sports Complex also submerged due to the flash flood. Flood-affected victims of Naringbam Maning Lekai raised concern over inadequate assistance from the government. Many have been taking shelter at roadsides using tents. However, some victims receive government relief materials including medical treatments. Rescue operation and distribution of relief materials to flood-affected victims were still continued in some areas by SDRF, NDRF and security forces. Nagaram residential area are still submerged under floodwaters. Julalen and other surrounding places are also still underwater. Security forces are present here round the clock to provide necessary assistance. The SDRF, NDRF, along with state and central security forces are clearing blockades of drainages. Most of the low-lying areas are still submerged underwater. Naga Nala continues to overflow. In the aftermath of floods, there is a high risk of various diseases, so a medical team is required to monitor all the flood-affected areas. This is Sktv'S Primetime reporting for SKTV News, Imphal.
Desam Manipur University Council has issued a stern call to take appropriate action against individuals implicated in malpractices following reports of irregularities during examinations held for the PhD admission examination by the Education Department of Manipur University. In a press release issued by General Secretary of Desam Manipur University Council, Santosh Khaidem, emphasized that the department conducted an entrance test for PhD on April 29th with results declared on the same day. However, on May 1st, it came to light that additional 11 candidates were deemed eligible, sparking suspicion by Desam. In response to these concerns, DESAM promptly submitted an application to university authorities urging for thorough inquiry to address public doubts and alleviate the concerns of affected students. Subsequently, an inquiry committee comprising 3 members was convened to conduct a comprehensive investigation. Following the inquiry, the committee recommended annulment of all processes related to the previously conducted entrance tests, prompting an official order from university authorities. Furthermore, on May 25th, Department of Adult Continuing Education and Extension announced plans to conduct re-entrance tests, further indicating the involvement of the previous examination conducted by the Department of Education in malpractices. Consequently, DESAM asserted that those implicated in such malpractices should face penalties as per university regulations, ensuring that such incidents are not repeated. The Council urges that the perpetrators be publicly punished before the last day of the new entrance test at the university, emphasizing the need for transparency and accountability. Additionally, DESAM calls for the exclusion of the head of department and professors from the Department of Education in any future selection processes. A distressing incident occurred at the Indian Institute of Information Technology, IIIT, located at Mayangkhang, Ningthopham in Senapati district yesterday around 8:30 p.m. According to a source, unidentified miscreants entered forcibly into IIIT campus and abducted 4 staff members of the institute. The abducted individuals have been identified as Sailender Kumar, G. Kishan Kumar, Rajnish Ranjan and Amit Mishra. In response to the abduction, the Senapati District Police swiftly initiated a search operation in the vicinity and surrounding areas. A case has been officially registered regarding this alarming incident. However, as of now, the motive behind the abduction and whereabouts of the 4 abducted staff members is yet to be ascertained. HRD Secretary of Kangleipak Students Association KSA Headquarters Toijam Ranakumar Maitai has warned the authorities concerned to investigate the matter of recruiting and absorbing ineligible PO and APO for Manipur Education Services. He also raised concern regarding MES, which was established by government to bolster educational administration. During a press meet held at KSA office in Kuyatong today, Ranakumar pointed out attempts aimed at undermining the vital institution. Ranakumar emphasized that according to the Manipur Education Service Rule 2012, program officers' right to education and assistant program officers' right to education were duly recruited for specific duty posts. However, there have been alarming efforts to absorb ineligible program officers RTE and assistant program officers RTE into MES Grade 2 and MES Grade 3 positions, posing a significant threat to the integrity of Manipur Education Service. In response to the concerning development, Ranakumar asserted that the absorption process must be immediately revoked as it violates the MES rules established in 2012. Furthermore, he highlighted that the High Court has already ruled against this absorption, further underscoring its illegality and incompatibility with MES regulations. Ranakumar also condemned the recruitment of PO-RTE and APO-RTE as duty posts of MES without proper recruitment rules, alleging that this was done illegally and not in the interest of the general public. He urged the relevant authorities to investigate the matter thoroughly and take appropriate action. He further warned that if the issue is not addressed promptly, various forms of agitations will be initiated.
Many number of stakeholders in the game reviews some of the comment Loduna, the Water Loduna, Luna, Manipur Education Service Rule 2012, PORT in the APORT post book, MSP poster, Absin Duna Sendovi, Milk Hagin is a Sendoviva, Sanakangon, Sanavia, the Babato Latinate, Haiva, ꯆꯠꯅꯕꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯍꯟꯗꯣꯛꯎ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤꯗ ꯇꯥꯕꯤꯗꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯊꯝꯖꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯁꯦꯝ ꯁꯥꯗꯨꯅ ꯂꯩꯖꯔꯦ MS3 ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ MS2ꯗ ꯄꯣꯁ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯈꯥꯡꯗꯨꯅ ꯂꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯈꯪꯖꯩ ꯏꯃꯦꯖꯀꯤ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕ ꯕꯦꯁꯇ 2016ꯗ ꯈꯟꯈꯤꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯗ ꯚꯦꯀꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯐꯅ ꯂꯩꯗꯨꯅꯁꯨ ꯔꯤꯀ꯭ꯔꯨꯠꯃꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯗꯨꯅ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯆꯍꯤ 3 ꯐꯥꯔꯦ ꯆꯠꯅ ꯀꯥꯡꯂꯣꯟꯅ ꯌꯥꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯤꯛ ꯆꯥꯔꯕ ꯀꯦꯟꯗꯤꯗꯦꯠ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯔꯤꯀ꯭ꯔꯨꯠꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯇꯪ ꯇꯧꯔꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯉꯥꯏꯔꯤꯉꯩ ꯇꯥꯟꯖꯥ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯍꯟꯖꯤꯟ ꯆꯠꯅ ꯀꯥꯡꯂꯣꯟꯕꯨ ꯁꯦꯝꯗꯣꯛꯇꯨꯅ PU ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ APOꯕꯨ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯏꯖꯨꯀꯦꯁꯟ ꯁꯥꯔꯚꯤꯁꯇ ꯄꯨꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯂꯩꯉꯥꯛꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯔꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏ ꯈꯔꯒꯤ ꯂꯅꯥꯏ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯦꯁꯅꯤ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯐꯠꯇꯦ ꯍꯥꯡꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯣꯏ MPSCꯅ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯇꯌꯥꯔ 3 ꯑꯦꯛꯖꯥꯝ ꯊꯥꯕꯁꯨ ꯅꯠꯇꯕ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯒ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ MPSCꯅ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯂꯤꯝꯁ ꯃꯦꯟꯁ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯚꯤꯚꯥ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ क्वालिफाई होइरबा चंगलपसिंग अदुगु मानना एमता तौदना बा इंटरव्यू को कामबुजुगा मखो मानना रेंक थंबा यारोय एमएस नि हांग पोस्टिंग असे मिशन gi हायबदि क्वेश्चन का ngang एमएस लोबा एग्जामिनेशन थारगा तुमतिक चाबा के जे खलगा मिन
Federation of Haumi conveyed its appreciation to Thopei and the villagers of Sawombung Kabui village for their generous donation of land to construct an indigenous monument. In a press statement, Haumi disclosed that Thopei had approved Haumi's proposal to erect the monument aimed at safeguarding indigenous communities. Additionally, Thopei formally presented an agreement letter to Haumi on May 23rd. The statement emphasized that the indigenous monument will play a pivotal role ensuring the protection of indigenous communities. A group of vendors in Churachandpur, Khumujamba, Laikai sparked an escalation in tensions, leading the Manipur police to step in and quell the disturbance yesterday. According to police report, they dispersed the mob and apprehended 24 individuals who were later released on PR bond. To avert any further untoward events, a police team has been stationed in the area. Notably, in accordance with a directive from the Supreme Court, police presence will be maintained to safeguard the area from potential mishaps. Laipam Kuno Flood Relief Committee has distributed government relief materials to the flood-affected victims of Laipam Kuno of Hengang constituency. Speaking to the media members of the committee, NG Rameshwar has expressed gratitude to the MLA of the constituency, Chief Minister N. Biren, for providing relief materials to the flood-affected victims of Laipam Kuno. He also assured that the committee will distribute the relief materials provided by the government. Meanwhile, MLA's PRO H. Iboyaima extended assistance to the News 18 Imphal correspondent Ahanthem Bisorjit. Additionally, social worker Thodamjit also extended aid to News 18 Imphal correspondents Ahanthem Bisorjit, reporter of Imphal Free Press B. Rakesh Sharma, and Imphal correspondent of Image TV Kakching Oken Luang.
I Laipam Kuno Flood Development Committee, Sing Song Melena, I committee Messemi, Adugi Matumina, I Sakana Peter Liva, no Mother Sang the Yarpola Singer Equina, Iran the Mikai, Singna, Awabananga, Mui Singa, I Haribu Singsi, I Prio Corsa, Isagi Lanai, Natabida, Ishana Katuk Jaraga, I put in the Yatok Adu Matumina, NRDFna, Hariba Sigi Polam Yambush, the Moja Sauna, I could get Magdalaka, Lakpira, Awana Taraba, Sing the Moina, me Kanba, Adilo Ocean Tower, Anai. Sana Taraba, Pogam Sing a Sidamokan, Malatana High Mating Pangiraki, Adugi the Makazu NRD Timbo, in the Ireka Sigi Flood Development Committee, Makubo, hiding a little Tarab Purukari, Aduga, Makata Nasu, Sakana Peter Taragazia, Toy Jauna, Amukala Agazu, Amuka, like Awana Tarabis, Amukazu, Mating Pangzigi.
Meanwhile, the Minor Irrigation Department has initiated the extraction of floodwaters from heavily impacted regions. In the third phase, they have commenced the utilization of electric water pumps to discharge water from Lairikingam Laikai Mayai Lairak of Hengang constituency. The department stated that the discharged water will be directed towards Imphal River. An official team headed by Secretary of Minor Irrigation, Jeffrey, also inspected the affected area. Furthermore, Thangmaiban ABC Godown has also commenced the water extraction process. IGAR South Mantri Pukri organized a medical camp today aimed at providing assistance to individuals affected by the flood who sought refuge at the community hall in Mantri Pukri market. In addition, a mobile toilet facility was set up to address their sanitation needs. Reports from various sources to SKTV News indicate that the floodwaters have inundated all the houses in the area, compelling residents to evacuate to the community hall. Many individuals have opted to seek shelter on the upper floors of buildings to escape the rising waters. In response to this dire situation, relevant authorities, including the MLA of the constituency, stepped in to provide essential food items as assistance. Caretaker of Sri Sri Govinda Sevayat Committee in Mantri Pukri, R.K. Randhoni, commended the efforts of IGAR South in organizing the medical camp and about the relief camp.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯑꯁꯥꯝ ꯔꯥꯏꯐꯜꯒꯤ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯑꯋꯥꯠ ꯑꯄꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯔꯥꯎ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯒ ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯔꯕꯗ ꯐꯦꯁꯤꯂꯤꯇꯤ ꯂꯩꯇꯕꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯂꯩꯐꯝ ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯅꯝꯕꯔ 1 ꯄꯣꯏꯟꯠꯗ ꯇꯣꯏꯂꯦꯠ ꯂꯩꯇꯕꯗꯨ ꯉꯔꯥꯡ ꯅꯨꯡꯗꯥꯡ ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯝꯗ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯐꯥꯎꯅꯔꯒ ꯉꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯃꯣꯕꯥꯏꯜ ꯇꯣꯏꯂꯦꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯈꯤꯟꯕꯤꯔꯦ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇꯁꯨ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯑꯁꯥꯝ ꯔꯥꯏꯐꯜꯕꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯂꯩꯇꯅ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯆꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯁꯐꯔ ꯇꯧꯔꯕ ꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯤꯕꯨ ꯑꯅꯥ ꯑꯌꯦꯛ ꯊꯣꯛꯇꯅꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯑꯍꯦꯟꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯀꯣꯁꯟ ꯂꯧꯕꯤꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯔꯨꯕ ꯇꯧꯅꯔꯨꯕ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯀꯦꯝꯞ ꯍꯥꯡꯗꯅ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯔꯩꯕ ꯏꯐꯣꯔꯠ ꯊꯥꯗꯔꯒ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯕꯤꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇꯁꯨ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯑꯁꯥꯝ ꯔꯥꯏꯐꯜꯕꯨ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯆꯔꯤ.
The Director of Education S.L. Nandakumar has announced the closure of all schools including government, government-aided, private and central schools until June 4th, 2024. In an official directive, the Education Director emphasized that all activities related to the admission process should also be halted until the specified date. This decision stems from the extensive damage and disruptions caused by incessant rainfall and flooding across the state, affecting numerous households and infrastructure installations. Additionally, the Education Director instructed all zonal education officers and district inspectors of schools to take appropriate measures accordingly. Manipur People's Party MPP expressed sorrow and solidarity with the people of the state affected by Cyclone Remal, which has caused significant loss of life and widespread flooding. In a statement issued by General Secretary of Media of the party, it urged both state and central governments to promptly provide essential food items, basic amenities and medications to those impacted by the flood. Additionally, the party called for measures to prevent price hiking by individuals taking advantage of the flood situation. MPP also emphasized the need to restore normalcy by offering aid to those who have lost lives and property. Furthermore, the party appealed for the initiation of plans to prevent future flooding, ensuring that heavy rainfall does not lead to such disasters again. A WhatsApp group called Maitay Aikoi Punsinsi, Maipun, has been actively extending aid to those suffering in the state due to the recent floods. They have provided food items to affected areas in Imphal West and Imphal East by visiting the affected locations. In collaboration with Manipur Police, NDRF and private volunteers, Maipun delivered food items to Nagaram and Laipam Kuno areas which have been significantly impacted by flooding since May 28. They also supplied food to those responsible for taking care of goods at Khairamban Imam Market, coordinated by Workers Union Manipur WUM. Additionally, Maipun distributed food to children staying at relief camps set up in Ideal Girls College. According to senior advisor of the group, KK Wahingbam, incessant rainfall breached river embankments, causing significant distress to lakhs of people. In response, Maipun members have been tirelessly working to provide relief. While acknowledging that natural calamities are unpredictable, he urged the state government to take preventive measures by cleaning rivers and streams before rainy season to ensure proper water flow and protected valuable lives and properties. United Youth of Hairok and subscriber of a YouTube channel Pothaminasi Khangminasi extended monetary aid of 13,000 rupees to village volunteer Ningthaujam James, 21, hailing from Hairok, who has been undergoing treatment after sustaining gun injuries. Youth of Hairok Ningthaujam Kameshwar stressed that the presence of village volunteers safeguarding the land allows residents to peacefully remain in their homes amid the ongoing conflict. He also emphasized the importance of nurturing youths like James to courageously protect the land. He further stated that James has been undergoing treatment at his residence according to doctors' advice. Notably, on the morning of April 12, Kuki militants initiated gunfire from Genjang village near Penjang under the jurisdiction of Machi police station in Tengnopal district, targeting Meitei villages, resulting in injuries sustained by James. Sktv'S production has been recognizing and honoring Indian achievers in the fields of education and medicine both nationally and internationally through Indian Icon Awards annually. This year, 3 individuals from Manipur were bestowed with the prestigious Indian Icon Award. The recipients were selected based on their outstanding contributions and achievements in their respective fields. Among the awardees were SNO of RDNPR Manipur, Khumukcham Ibochauba, who received the Best Leadership Award for Innovative and Public Relations. Oinam Thoiba, representing One Vision Manipur, who honored with Presidential Award for Social Welfare, and Jitendra Ningombam was presented with Presidential Humanitarian Award. Alongside these deserving recipients from Manipur, several other individuals from various states were also recognized and conferred with awards. And now we move on to the national news. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal returned to Tihar jail today after being out for 21 days for an election campaign as ordered by the Supreme Court. Prior to surrendering himself, he paid homage to Mahatma Gandhi's memorial at Rajghat and the Prachin Hanuman Temple in Connaught Place. The court on Saturday deferred the decision on his interim bail plea related to his arrest in an alleged money laundering case associated with the new defunct liquor policy case until June 5th. The ruling BJP, which already had 10 unopposed win in the bag, returns to power in the state with an overwhelming majority, according to a report of National News. With 46 of 60 seats, the Pema Khandu-led BJP is all set to form the government for the 3rd consecutive term. Meanwhile, the Congress won 1 seat in Baming. The National People's Party, NPP, won 5 seats so far, and 3 independent candidates have won. The votes cast for 133 candidates in elections to 50 assembly seats in the state were counted at about 24 centers. The counting day for assembly polls in Arunachal and Sikkim was advanced from June 4 to Sunday, as the term of the 2 assemblies are ending on June 2nd and a new house has to be constituted by that day. The assembly polls in the state took place simultaneously with the Lok Sabha polls in its first and largest phase on April 19th. The overall voter turnout was recorded at 82.95%, higher than the 2019 assembly elections. Around 60 to 70 terrorists are active on launch pads across line of control LOC, said Rashmi Ranjan Swain, who holds dual charge as Jammu and Kashmir DGP and CID. The top cop, in an interview with PTI, stated that terrorists in groups of 5 or 6 at different places are waiting to be pushed at any given point of time. However, Indian security personnel will make it absolutely hard for the adversary to succeed. The DGP stated that drone dropping activities pose a significant challenge as they enable the smuggling of arms, ammunition, explosives, cash, and narcotics. Swain added that the threat remains and sustained efforts are required to further reduce the enemy's ability to destabilize the area. Meanwhile, he also acknowledged some success in countering attempts made by the enemy. The DGP continued that the army, paramilitary forces and the Jammu and Kashmir police are determined that they will make it absolutely hard for the adversary to succeed. And now, the sports news. The Pencak Silat Association Manipur has announced the roster comprising 28 players and officials who will represent Manipur at the 12th Senior National Pencak Silat Championship 2024. The event is organized by the Odisha Pencak Silat Association and sponsored by the Indian Pencak Silat Federation. And it will take place at the indoor stadium of KIIT University in Bhubaneswar, Odisha from June 10th to June 13th. Manipur achieved the overall runners-up position in the 8th National Kung Fu Championship 2024 hosted by the Assam Kung Fu Association and supported by the All India Kung Fu Federation. The event unfolded from May 25th to May 27th at the indoor stadium of DTRP of Ulubari in Guwahati. The state of Manipur shone brightly, securing a grand total of 62 medals, which included 31 gold, 17 silver, and 14 bronze. Their exceptional performance was driven by the participation of 47 players from Manipur, consisting of 33 males and 14 female athletes. Their dedication and skill not only brought home numerous medals, but also earned Manipur the esteemed title of overall runner-up in this championship. Due to the incessant rainfall in Manipur, the state-level boxing championship, initially scheduled to take place from June 2nd to June 9th at the Kumanlampak Boxing Arena, has been postponed until further notice. This decision was made by the Manipur Amateur Boxing Association in response to the prevailing weather conditions. In a press release, Pairoijam Dhanajit, the General Secretary of the association, elaborated on the reasoning behind the postponement. He stated that the decision was taken after carefully assessing the overall impact of the incessant rainfall, particularly in the valley districts of Manipur. The heavy rain has not only disrupted the logistical arrangements for the championship, but has also led to flash floods in several areas. Considering the safety and well-being of participants and spectators alike, the association deemed it necessary to postpone the championship until the weather conditions improve and it becomes safe to proceed with the event. He assured that a new date for the championship would be announced once the situation stabilizes. Moving on to international news. A team of master athletes comprised of 16 males and 26 females, including 2 officials, totaling 44 individuals, departed from Imphal to Uttar Pradesh yesterday. They are set to represent India in the Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Memorial First International Invitation Masters Athletics Association Bharat Championship 2024. The championship, hosted by the Masters Athletic Association of Uttar Pradesh and affiliated with India Masters Athletics, is scheduled to take place from June 5 to June 7. The event will be held at the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar International Sports Stadium located in Dhaba Semar of Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh. Masters athletes from 10 countries will participate in the International Masters Athletics Championship. And now the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center Lamphelpat, state's maximum temperature has reached 31.3 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature has dropped to 21 degrees Celsius. The maximum humidity is forecasted to be 92% in the morning and 66% in the evening. The recorded rainfall amount is 10.2 millimeters. That is all we have for now. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Flood destroys medication worth over 15 crore rupees. MCDA Secretary urges public to avoid hoarding life-saving drugs amidst flood crisis. Aftermath of Cyclone Remal ravages state by floods. Victims seek shelter amid reports of inadequate assistance. Desam raises concern over alleged malpractices in Manipur University's PhD entrance examination. And unknown miscreants abducted 4 staffs of IIIT Mayankhang in Senapati district. Thank you for watching SKTV News, the first ever OTT platform in Manipur. Please visit SKTV website skyic.in to download SKTV app. You can now access Google Play Store to download the app. SKTV iOS app is now accessible on Apple App Store. For early access, use the QR code. The download link will also be pinned in all our comment sections. Join us for real-time news updates, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive analysis of current affairs in Manipur. Have a good night.